We were playing a preseason game against Washington, and I got paired up with Oshie off the draw, and I was following him around the zone for like 45 seconds or so, just like he was trying to lose me and I was trying to stay on him, and I was just like thinking to myself, and I was like, man, this guy is like so good. And that was probably my welcome to the NHL moment, just how good the guys are here. The first time I stepped on the ice was when I was maybe 2 years old, but I first started playing when I was about 5. Yeah, I grew up in a smaller town in Wisconsin called Sun Prairie. It's right outside of Madison, Wisconsin. It's a very small, like tight-knit community. There was only about 20,000 people. They were huge on sports there: football, basketball, hockey, everything. So I got to play a lot of sports, and my parents put me through. So I'm very fortunate. I got to have those opportunities growing up. My mom is a wonderful woman. She's a school teacher. She teaches the 4th grade at my old Catholic K through 8 school, and I've learned a lot from her. The one thing probably most I've learned from her is patience. That's probably my number one, just because especially when I was younger, I was not very patient at all. I'd always want things done right away, and she's instilled a lot of things like that in me. My dad got me into hockey, and I've always loved the game, and if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't be able to go to my games and my practices all the time. I call them almost after every game, and we talk about it. And, yeah, we always talk about it. We're always talking about it no matter what, even when I come home for the summers. I am living in Jersey City. People drive with vengeance out here. Growing up, I got to play junior hockey, and I got to travel the world a bunch and visit a ton of different countries. So it wasn't necessarily a culture shock for me. It was more just, I guess, it's just a different way of lifestyle out here than it is back when I was in Wisconsin. So it's just more of adapting and, I guess, becoming fitting into the lifestyle out here than what I was in Wisconsin a little bit. I haven't had a cheese curd in a long time, so I would go for one right now. I can't believe how nice it is. It says it's almost 80 degrees out right now. It's gonna sound weird, but I love cold winters. And in Wisconsin, it's very cold, and which brings outdoor ice. Like, I love skating on the outdoor ice, and being outside in the winter was fun for me as a kid, and having all those opportunities to go and play in the snow or play pond hockey with my buddies. It was great. My parents have done so much for me. I'm so grateful for the fact that they did all that stuff. Like, we'd go down to St. Louis, it seemed like every other weekend to play hockey, so it's like an 8-hour car ride, and we'd go to Detroit, which is like a 9-hour car ride on the other weekends. So just the time and the time sacrifice and everything that they've done for not only me, but my brother and my sister too. I'm not even gonna come close to repaying them for doing that. I have a younger sister who is a senior in college this year, and then I have a younger brother who's off playing junior hockey right now. So just growing up, we were a very close family. Like, my sister is only 16 months younger than me, and my brother is about 3 years younger than me. So we were very close, and we got to do a lot of special things, and usually a lot of it just revolved around hockey. My sister is kind of a little bit more independent, than per se. She likes to do her own thing. Than my brother and I. It's always good to get her perspective on things, because she thinks of things very differently. We always have joking around because she's always busy out doing new stuff all the time, and I'm always the one calling and checking up on her. And then my brother, there's nothing dirty about Scoop you can get on that relationship, because we talk every day, we text all the time, and he's one of my closest friends. It's pretty cool to have that relationship with your own sibling.
The championship to New Jersey. The Devils win the Stanley Cup.
I knew the Devils' history growing up. I mean, you watch great players like Brodeur and Scott Stevens and many more, but it's a great organization, and to be a part of an organization that has history and legacy here, it's something special. First big purchase, probably my agent fee. There you go. That'll be my big purchase. Coach Hines and I, we came here to the rink and we actually had a video session of just how my systems in Denver matched up to how he wanted to play, whether it was going back and breaking out pucks as a D-man or O-zone movement as a D-man in the offensive zone. He did a great job connecting his vision and how he wanted to play with me and how it relates and how I can succeed in that within the organization.
Number 8, Will Butcher.
I'd be lying to you if I said that I didn't want to sign early and leave. I think every kid wants to try to get to the NHL as soon as they can, but for me it worked out in the best situation where I got to play 4 years of college, get a degree in the process, and get to live like those glory days people talk about in college. Or, I got some of my best buddies were my college teammates, so I don't regret it one bit.
The 2017 Hobie Baker Award winner goes to Will Butcher.
To be honest with you, I didn't think I was going to win it. I was just happy to be there. I was more focused on our game because we had to play the next night for the championship, so I was more focused about that. Winning the national championship with that group of guys was the most fun I've ever had playing hockey, and it was something special that I'll remember for a very long time. The biggest thing that Mr. Shero and Coach Hines hit on was the fact that I fit what they were trying to do and where they were trying to take the organization, and they sold it to me in a way that made me feel compelled to come and be a part of this group of guys.
Here's Hall shooting. Heischer with the redirect, and they tap it in. They score.
It's going to be Will Butcher's first goal of his National Hockey League career.
It's kind of a weird goal for your first one, but for a D-man at least, I think. So the puck got shot from the point, and I was funneling myself down towards the net, and it was just sitting there on the goal line, literally on the goal line. And the goalie had slid out of the net, and I just kind of saw the puck laying there and skated as hard as I could and just poked it in the net. Right now we are in Jersey City. This is my apartment here, so we're gonna head upstairs and give you guys a little bit more of who I am. So we'll go upstairs and we'll get to see kind of a little bit more of my girlfriend's taste than mine, because she's kind of the one who picked it out. But I really enjoy this building. It's a nice place. All right, guys. So this is my place. Decorating, not really my forte, so kind of left that up to the girlfriend. Got a little paper mache deer with some poetry on it that probably wouldn't have been my first choice, but it kind of resembles me a little bit with hunting, a little outdoors and stuff like that. I like this space a lot. It kind of resembles who I am. It's cozy, it's nice to be around, and it's a good place to come and wind down after games and after practices a lot of the time. We can go into my favorite part of the house here and go into the kitchen where I do some cooking a lot of the times. Yeah, try to be a very healthy guy. I mean, you have to be in this business, so try to eat as healthy as you can. Let's see. Looks like Taylor actually made a salad for me. This is actually one of my favorite salads she makes, if you guys want to pan in on that. It's a little chickpea salad with some fresh veggies in it and everything. So my mom is definitely comfort food, where I try to, limit the butter and everything that you make. That's why I think her cookie's just so good. Just she puts love into it, you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to going home this summer, spend some time with my siblings and my parents, and being able to be with them. Thanks, guys, for being part of my beginnings. It's time to leave, though. Thanks.